Welcome everyone to week two's assignments. Let's go through what we're supposed to do for the week. This week we're moving further into history beyond the 1800s. So in week one we looked at Native Americans. Now we're looking at the colonists of America from Europe. So here again are the descriptions of your learning objectives. Um, I do encourage you guys to watch this clip over here to give you some context of history. I know you took notes last week, but then this will give you a visual example and explanation of the time period. Okay, here are the assignments to do for the week. Let's look at this first folder here. Okay, so let's click that link. So the first thing is to look at the works from John Smith and William Bradford. Let's make sure that we read this section after you've read it. Oh, by the way, let me just go back to the previous page. Don't forget that there are texts attached here on this item. All right, so you can read both John Smith and William Bradford's um, stories there. Okay, so let's go back into the folder. All right, so you're going to be working on this assignment after you've read John Smith's story. You're going to create a comic strip based on it, okay? So you're going to be making a comic using Toondoo. That's an online tool. You're supposed to sign up for that in week zero. Use any online tool that allows you to draw. If you know anything else that makes comics, or you could also draw out your project on a piece of paper and then scan and upload it, okay? So you're going to be making a comic based on the story, all right? Your directions are right here. All right, so comics, if you can recall, they have panels. All right, so they're different, boxes of images and texts. You're going to need at least five panels with images and texts that portrays your comic, okay, your story. So let's look at if you're at Toondoo, you're going to be given this option to choose your layouts. If I know that none of these have five panels. So what you can do is create a three-panel comic, and then create a two-panel comic for the last two. All right, so you have at least five, or if you need to make another three, make another three. But you need at least five panels so that you can properly develop your story. This is how Toondoo looks when you're in Toondoo. So there are different options. You can drag pictures here. It doesn't have to be the bear. You can choose actual people in your comic as well. Okay. So you're gonna make your comic. Don't forget to add text so that we understand what is happening, what's going on. Okay. So after you've done your comic, you're gonna be posting that in the discussion board. Okay, so let's click into that. And then you're going to respond to you're gonna post. Okay, so you're gonna respond to my original poster, click reply, and then you're going to embed your picture here. So just like in week zero for your picture, your selfie, you're going to click that button there to upload a picture from your computer um, to put in your five panel comic. Okay. So if you're in Toondoo and you're having trouble downloading it, you can just take a screenshot. That should be fine. As long as it's big and it's clear to read, then that should be fine. Okay. So that is that assignment. Let's go back to week two's home, and then you also have a midterm. So it's how this is supposed to be a semester, so we're reaching the midpoint after the second week. So it's going to be kind of an assignment that'll take some time, all right? You're going to be making a persuasive speech on exploration because that's what the first 2 weeks were about. So you're going to be writing a persuasive speech, okay? You're going to write a persuasive speech on exploration, whether it's good or bad. So you got to think about the benefits and the consequences. But you're not going to just write a speech and then post it. You're going to be um, You're going to use a multimedia tool to present your speech. You can use VoiceThread, you can use Animoto, or you could just record yourself and post it on YouTube. Okay, so that can be something that you can do. The video must be at least 4 minutes long though, because it's supposed to be speech. You cannot, if it's like a minute, you can't really portray and convey a well-detailed explanation or argument. And you want to persuade your audience. So this is due on the 12th. Okay, so here are some questions to consider. How would our world be different today without explorers? And is exploration possible without brutality? So think about, the benefits and the consequences. So it doesn't have to be these questions exactly, but more just think about, the positives and negatives, okay? So you must address, though, you need to give examples to validate your argument, and you need to have an example from literature, okay, from any reading selection. It can be the ones that we read in this course or from other stories, okay? It must be a specific story, and author give an example from that story. So it's addressed in literature, and then give any historical example, all right? So each example that you give are worth 10 points. It does, if you did like, five historical examples, that's not gonna add 10 points to your grade, like 10, 10, 10, 10. You're going to be, you need at least one example that'll be 10 points completed if it's a valid example, historical example. If it's just any one, it should be relevant, okay? So any relevant historical example, all right? And I have some links here to give you for sample persuasive speeches. All right. So these are your assignments for the week. I know it's not that many, but then I want you to spend time on this assignment. Okay. So when you post this um, midterm, okay, this your speech, okay, you're going to be posting on the discussion board. Again, click reply, and I'll show you guys how to embed from YouTube. So when you're on YouTube, you're going to, after you upload your video, there's this button over here. It says share. So you're going to click that and then go to embed. So share, then embed, and you're going to copy this, copy that code, and then go back to course sites. There's this button here. It'll say insert or embed um, media. Okay, you're going to click source over here, paste the code, all right, and then go to general. So it'll show you a preview of the thumbnail, and your video should be able to work. If it doesn't work, go back to source, paste it, and then go back to general, and then it should be there. Click insert, and then it's gonna show this like beige box, but that's okay. And when you submit your post, you're going to see that embedded video. All right, so you're going to use that one, and then you're going to comment on your peers' videos. Okay, so that's your midterm for the week. So let's just go back and review. So for week 2, I just want to look at the assignments and due dates. So the comic strip is due on the 7th. Oh, I forgot. Let's go back to John Smith and William Bradford. You don't you also, in addition to the comic strip, you have this assignment, okay? It's Bradford's reading comprehension and analysis. You're going to, since you're supposed to read both um John Smith and William Bradford, you have questions to answer for William Bradford's reading, okay? So after you've completed this, you're going to submit your assignment, okay? So you have three things. Um, don't forget, for your comic strip, you're gonna post a reply to your peers, okay? So let me go back again. So you have the comic strip, you have William Bradford's reading comprehension analysis, and then you have the persuasive speech, okay? So you have three things, but then just make sure that you complete them in time, all right? So these are your assignments. Good luck on week 2.